Two websites, similar purpose, existing on the exact same internet, yet when AI systems search for answers, one becomes a highly trusted source while the other is practically invisible. Welcome to this explainer. Today, we're diving into a real-world experiment to figure out exactly why this happens.
It's a pretty compelling question, right? Why does an AI confidently cite one site but completely ignore another? Well, to answer that, we're pulling back the curtain and analyzing an actual real-world AI visibility audit of two completely real domains. We're going to look right under the hood at their technical outcomes to see exactly how large language models actually perceive them. So let's dive in.
This split screen really tells the whole story, doesn't it? Over on the left, website A is glowing with a really solid 83 composite score, categorized as good. But look at the right. Website B is flashing this critical 31 warning. That red score essentially means website B is a ghost to any AI system trying to answer a user's question.
To understand why there's such a massive gap, we have to realize that the rules of the game have completely changed. You see, traditional SEO was all about getting your page to rank on search engine results pages based on keywords. But AI visibility? That is an entirely new science. It's focused squarely on how well modern AI can retrieve your information, how much it trusts your content, how well it identifies your key entities, and ultimately, whether it will actually cite your data directly in its answers.
And this brings us to a really exciting new frontier called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO for short. Think of it like an SEO audit, but built specifically for language models like ChatGPT, Gemini, or Perplexity. Instead of just optimizing for human clicks, it's the measurable process of structuring your website's code and content so these models can easily find, understand, trust, and finally, cite your work.
Section 1. Website A, the AI favorite.
Let's open up the dashboard for our winner, allwithjudeproperties.com. Notice the sheer dominance of this score. Coming in with a composite AI visibility score of 83, this real estate domain is sitting in a prime position. So when users ask AI engines questions about property listings or regional real estate markets, this site has a massive advantage to be recommended and cited as a definitive source.
But how exactly do they get that 83? Well, the true secret to this site's high visibility rests on a totally flawless, perfect score of 100 in two foundational back-end metrics. And here they are, retrieval readiness and semantic trust, both maxed out at 100. Honestly, that is incredibly rare. A perfect 100 in retrieval readiness means the site's layout perfectly matches what AI models are looking for during semantic retrieval. And that flawless semantic trust score, that tells us the AI's safety algorithms perceive the site's structural integrity as incredibly credible and authoritative.
Now here's the crucial payoff for those perfect scores, a citation probability of 90 out of 100, which is excellent. Because the AI can effortlessly retrieve and trust the content, there is a massive 90% likelihood it's going to include an explicit inline link right back to the site. This is literally the holy grail of GEO, driving highly valuable, high-intent organic traffic directly to the platform.
Checking the underlying diagnostics here, you'll see the crawl health is perfectly healthy with absolutely no issues detected. This means the AI web crawlers are navigating the site smoothly without slamming into broken links, messy scripts, or indexing errors. It's just a completely seamless reading experience for the machine.
Section 2. Website B, the invisible site.
All right, now we have to turn our attention to the dark side of this experiment. Looking at the audit for community.junhub.fun, man, it's a very different story. The domain is critically failing right at the starting line with a machine readability of just 30. AI web crawlers are really struggling to even parse the messy, unoptimized underlying code. It's kind of like sending a robot vacuum into a room packed with boxes. It just gets stuck, and the scrapers simply cannot extract the raw text effectively.
But the most alarming metric we're seeing here is its retrieval readiness, sitting at a critically low 20. You see, AI search relies heavily on embedding models to match the intent of a user's question with web content. A score of 20 means this site is so poorly optimized for those mathematical vector spaces that it's highly unlikely to ever enter an AI's search retrieval window. It's basically locked out.
Interestingly enough, its semantic trust isn't completely terrible at 65, so the AI doesn't view the site as fake or outright spam, but it's dragging along this really low entity confidence of just 42.
That means the AI's knowledge graph is genuinely confused about what specific people, products, or primary entities this site actually represents. It just doesn't know exactly what or who the site is about.
And because the machine can't properly read the code, can't retrieve it for semantic intent, and is confused about its entities, the final result is pretty devastating. If a user asks for a community recommendation, the AI has an incredibly low recommendation confidence of 39 to suggest this domain, and an even worse citation probability of 23. Without those citations, visibility opportunities just vanish entirely.
Section 3. The Blueprint, Fixing the Invisible Site.
Fortunately, AI visibility is measurable, which means this isn't some mysterious black box. We actually have a concrete technical blueprint to turn these red metrics around for website B in 3 precise steps. First, clean the DOM and simplify the HTML structure so AI bots can crawl the text seamlessly. Second, add robust JSON LD schema markup to explicitly define the site's entities, which will massively boost that low entity confidence score. And third, reformat the text into scannable, data-rich layouts with direct headers that large language models naturally favor for pulling citations.
And here's a really fascinating takeaway for you. Even our winner, website A, still has room for growth. While its retrieval and trust are maxed out, it can absolutely push its 75 entity confidence closer to a perfect 100. How? By using that exact same explicit JSON LD schema markup to link its brand to official social media profiles, Google Maps, and external relationship nodes. Doing this helps the AI connect those final dots on its perception graph.
So, what does this all mean? The major takeaway from this entire audit is crystal clear. The future of search is no longer just about keyword rankings. It is an entirely new ecosystem. Success increasingly depends on how well machines can understand your content. It's about proving your trust, your structural integrity, and your readability directly to machine algorithms, so you become a source they confidently retrieve and cite.
So as AI engines increasingly become the primary way we navigate information on the internet, you really have to ask yourself a critical question. Is your digital presence actually readable by the machines of tomorrow? Is your code serving as a bright beacon for AI citations, or is its structure making you totally invisible? Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. I really hope this helps you build for the future.